Sure.
Good evening,
I hope
everybody.
I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody, and warm welcome to the sixth lecture of the National Conference. Today we have Dr. Jaseera here. She's a practicing archaeologist. The session for today is being moderated by Ajit. He is a PhD scholar of the department and he's working on pursuing ceramics, retrieving and situating ceramics in Iron Age and early historic Kerala. Over to you, Ajit, for today's proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiba ma'am. A very good evening and a warm welcome to everyone joining us for the sixth session of the online national conference conducted by the Department of History, Sri Shankaracharya University of Sanskrit, Kaladi, in honor of Dr.A. Paslithil and Dr. M.T. Narayanan on their retirement. The ongoing theme for this webinar is Critique and Constructions, Contemporary Writings on Histories of Keralam. This webinar provides a platform to interact with the new generation of historians and social scientists working on Kerala's past, bringing forward a revised version of existing assumptions and delving into fresh perspectives and conceptualizations. Today, we have among us one of the most distinguished scholars, Dr. Jaseera CM, to enlighten us on the topic Iron Age early historic periods in the history of Kerala. Before we move forward with the session, I will be reading out a set of general instructions for the participants. All the participants are requested to mute their audio and turn off their video throughout the session. Attendance of the participants will be recorded automatically. If any of the participants accidentally leave and are unable to rejoin the session, they can continue with us through our live streaming in YouTube. Also, if you have any queries in between the session, please send them to the chat box or as comment in YouTube, and I will read it to the speaker on your behalf at the end of the session. Without further delay, I invite our PG student, Rukma, to formally introduce Dr. Jaseera CM and for the welcome address. Rukma, over to you.
Thank you, Ajit KG, and a warm welcome to the sixth lecture of the 7-day online national conference. It indeed my pleasure to introduce the distinguished speaker, Dr. Jaseera CM for the day, who is here to deliver the talk. Dr. Jaseera CM teaches at the Department of Archaeology and Material Cultural Studies, Maharajas College, Ernakulam, Kerala. She obtained her PhD on megalithic ceramics of Central Kerala from Tamil University, Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu. Her academic training is in archaeology with a master's degree in archaeology from the University of Kerala. She has worked for the British Museum UK, French Institute Pondicherry, Indian Institute of Technology Gandhinagar, Gujarat, Archaeological Survey of India Excavation Branch Delhi, Kerala State Archaeology Department and Kerala Council for Historical Research. Her research papers have been published in international and national journals like Internet Archaeology, Antiquity, Man and Environment, Heritage and Puratattva. She has trained in lithic mapping and geographic information system. Her research interests include ceramic studies, Kerala archaeology, Indian Ocean cultural interactions, and maritime history. Welcome, ma'am, and we are delighted to have you with us. A warm welcome to all the participants to the lecture. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ajit, and thank you, Rukma, for this kind introduction. So I thank Dr. Shiba for inviting me and also all the members of the department for organizing such a platform to share our thoughts and ideas. So this presentation is basically, I hope the slides are visible.
Yes, Jaseera. Yes.
Okay.
It's
give me a couple of minutes because my laptop got freezed.
yeah, sure.
hang ആയി.
Jaseera, do you want us to share your presentation? If you can mail it to us, we can do that. Do you want us to do that?
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah. I just put in my mail address.
Okay, yeah. Okay, the slides are visible now? Is this?
Yes, sure, it is visible.
Okay, okay.
Please go ahead.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So this presentation is on Iron Age early historic periods in the history of Kerala. So if you talk about Iron Age early historic period, actually we have two kinds of archaeological sites. One is the burial monuments. The other is a site called Pattanam, from where we got some evidence of a port town. So here in this presentation, I focus only on the monuments, burial monuments belong to this Iron Age early historic period. So maybe I'll try to mail the presentation because here is some problem.
No worries. Please do.
Hang it.
We can see your slide now. Are you okay now?
Ma'am, your audio is muted.
So
Yes, now it's fine.
it's fine now? Okay.
Slides haven't come in yet.
Okay, I'm sorry for the inconvenience because no.
I think you can start speaking, or maybe are you mailing it to me? so that I can, yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. Please be.
So this actually, if you talk about this Iron Age early historic period, so there are actually two kinds of sites. That is, one is the burial monuments, and the other is the site called Pattanam, where we got some evidences of this trade activity. So here in this presentation, I exclusively focusing on the burial monuments that belongs to Iron Age early historic period. So this megalithic monuments actually have been a subject of scholarly research since 19th century when James Babington discovered or reported a monument from Chatham Paramba in Malappuram district. So thereafter, numerous studies were conducted in this field, but these studies are valuable in providing general information. But a proper survey or a systematic excavation or an analysis was conducted on a very few sites. So this primary task of this presentation is to understand the nature of these megalithic monuments and also the burial ceramics belong to the Iron Age or historic period, and thus to bring a new set of archaeological data. So here for this study, I have used the burial pottery deposited in different museums like the Archaeological Museum of School of Social Science, MG University, and the Archaeological Museum of History Department of UC College, and the pottery deposited in the Office of Archaeological Survey of India, Thrissur Circle. So I thank Dr. Rajan Gurikal, Dr. Radhika, Dr. Jenny Peter, Smita S. Kumar for the ceramics. So as you all know, Iron Age generally dates around 1000 BC to 300 BC, followed the Neolithic period. So this, if you talk when we see this archaeological literature, this Iron Age is also always it put a gradual process of adaptation according to the necessity and inventions made by the Iron Age community. So if you use the term Iron Age, that doesn't mean that all the communities have used or they have well versed in the use of iron technology. Because according to Dr. Selva Kumar, there could have been communities using lithic implements also. Because for example, in this age of technological revolution, most of them are using these computers or laptops, whatever it is. But it is not necessary that all the people are using these kinds of modern technology. So likewise, if you use the term Iron Age, it is not necessary that all the communities are used this lithic or they know this tradition or this technology like iron technology. So this anyway, this introduction of iron becomes a turning point, and this also resulted the intensification of agriculture. So coming to after Iron Age, we have in South India, if we take the chronology, then after Iron Age we have this early historic period, that is that we can generally place between 300 BCE. So the irrigated agricultural system of the Iron Age period led to the development of towns of the early historic period, and this increased commercial activities that resulted in the transformation of iron. So this the development in this field of trade and exchange led to the development of urban centers, and port towns and cities were developed in the coastal region due to this overseas commercial connection. So coming to this funerary monuments, like that is generally popularly known as megalith. These actually appeared in the Iron Age. So this term, as you all know, this term megalith is a combination of two Greek words, that is megathos and lithos. That means huge stone. But practical sense, the term megalith refers to a different type of monuments with or without the stone settings. So that which includes cyst, circle, dolmen, or the umbrella stone, headstone, or patikal, rocket terms, menhirs. So all these actually megalith. The term is actually used as an umbrella term to refer all these kinds of funerary monuments. Then, if you there are scholars who consider this term megalith is a misnomer because this non-megalithic burials like pit burials found without any stone settings. So there are scholars like Gurukal Warrior and Haricharan et al. They consider this term megalith is a misnomer. And Sharon Etnagar also questions the use of the term megalithic culture because she points out that a culture can never be defined by only by mortuary practices. And also but in this presentation, I have used the term megalith in a sense to indicate a burial practice or a burial system, not as a chronological or a cultural label. So if you take the chronology of megalithic burials, in South India, a number of sites have been excavated, but the chronological data is very poor. So the reason for this lack of chronological data is actually most of the major excavations were conducted prior to the development of C14 dating method. And the other reason is its problems related to the insufficient funding. And also there are cases like where we excavate are categorized as megalithic in a matter-of-fact manner. For example, if we take the examples of excavation conducted by State Archaeology Department, so these doing in a manner of treasure hunting. So these kinds of excavation won't result any kind of productive or creative result. We can't expect from such kind of so anyway, we have very few absolute dates and few relative from the Kerala, so which gives a rough chronological framework of this burial practice. So the excavation circle at Mangad, that is in Kollam district of Kerala, that is from where we got an absolute date, C14 date, that is dated to 1000 BCE. And from Porkalam is a site, is a multiple one. We have some relative data based on the relative analysis of stone beads. We have the date relative date that we can place around 10th century BCE to 1st century CE. And the next site, Machad and Payanur, these two sites are located also in the Thrissur district. From here also we have some relative dates that is between 2nd century BCE to 2nd century CE. And the very recent excavations conducted by Archaeology Department of University of Kerala, we have got some absolute dates. That is, one site is Kuttikol, which is located in Kasaragod district. So Kuttikol, from where this department has excavated one rocket chamber. From there, they got an absolute date century BCE. And also the another site which is also excavated by the Department of Archaeology, University of Kerala. The site is Nannangadi Kunna, that is located in Palakkad district. From got the date 4th century and 5th century BCE. So if I am moving to the my study area, actually samples or the data that I am presenting here is basically concentrated on the central part of Kerala, that is Ernakulam, Thrissur and Palakkad. These three districts I have taken for this present study. So if you go for the typology, actually, that I have already told, this study on this megaliths were started in the 19th century, and there are scholars who attempted to make a typology also. But the problem here is there is the non-standardization of terminology. The terms in to represent the types or the monuments, very loose definition or very loosely defined terms are used in archaeological literature. So this is a major handicap in the study of megaliths of Kerala. So if you take the example of the writings of Babington,
I think we have lost Dr. Jaseera. I'll give her a call if she's getting back. Yes, I'm trying to contact her. Yeah, she's back. Welcome back.
once I'll try to share my screen. So I hope it is visible now.
Yes, it is. Please continue.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So if you take the case of the writings of Babington, Babington used the term Kudakal to refer a bun-shaped monument, but and he also used the term topical to refer the mushroom-shaped monument. But in the later writing, actually, this Kudakal is used for mushroom-shaped monument, and the topical is used to refer the bun-shaped monument. So such kind of confusions are there in the use of terminology because of non-standardization in the terminology. And also the example from Porkalam, this Porkalam excavation report has described the site as an urn burial site, but in actual sense, this is a circle. The monument belongs to the category of circle. So if we want to compare the data from these, so these kinds of loose terminology will make problem in the comparison of the data. So for the, I am here proposing a new classification method for the to incorporate so that we can present our data in a better way. So the burials we can classify into different classes and variability. So these megalithic monuments can be broadly divided into 5 classes. The class 1, the class actually, the pit burials are included in this class 1. So usually in the archaeological literature, the term urn burial has been used used to refer this pit burials. But there are some confusion, like Gurukul and Wire used this. They considered topical as a burial, and Banerjee is used Kudakal as a version of urn burial. So there are some some confusions in the use of the term urn burial. So I'll prefer to use pit burial to denote urn burials, which has been referred in archaeological literature as urn burial. So this terminology of urn burial is not self-explanatory, because it is important to note that the urns have been found in other burials like Dolmen, Cyst, and Rocket Cave also have these kind of urns. So urn burial itself, it's not a separate category. It's not an independent category. So I use the term pit burial. So this pit burial usually appears, it does not have any megalithic or lithic appendage, but it's considered as one of the variant of megalithic burial tradition due to the uniformity in grave goods. So these urns are referred in Tamil literature like Thali, Mudmakka Chadi, Imathali, like that. And in Kerala, these urns are locally known by different terms like Manchara, Mudmakka Thali, Nannangadi, that. So, this is the first category. The pit burials comes in the class 1. In this class 1 itself, we can see several variants. In the pit burial itself, we can observe variability. So 3 types were created in this class. So here you can see this. Here is a pit, and inside this pit, the urn is interred, and this grave good is actually placed inside the urn, and this urn is sealed with a capstone. So this is the one variant. In this variant, the grave good is the minor grave good is placed inside the urn. And coming to the second variant, where you can see this grave goods that is placed both the inside and outside the urn. So the feature are same. There is a pit, and in the pit, urn is interred, but the grave goods are placed outside and inside the urn. And this finally, the urn is sealed with a capstone. Then variant 3 is you can see there is 2 urns. Actually, it is placed in mouth-to-mouth position, and these grave goods are placed inside the below end. So this is the variant 3. So here you can see 2 types of urns. So here in the first image you can see the variant 1, the grave goods got some wheat and pottery, small pottery from inside this urn. And here you can see double burial or the variant 3, where you can see 2 urns were placed mouth-to-mouth position. So then coming to type category of this class 1, where usually in archaeological literature these type is referred as circle. So the distinctive feature of this category is it has a very visible surface markers, unlike the type 1 category. So here also, in this type also, I have observed variability. So this variant 1, actually the circle, if you use the term circle, which means there is a capstone, and if you remove the capstone, we can see a pit, and this pit, an urn is deposited in this pit. And on the surface, we can see roughly dressed stones were used. And this was arranged in a circular fashion. So this is known as circle. So in the first variant, usually we have one capstone, and if you remove this capstone, we will get the pit and other grave goods. Then if you are moving to the second, okay, this is the photograph of the excavation conducted in 1952 by P.K. Thapar at the site called Porkalam. So here you can see that there is a capstone, and around this capstone, stones were arranged in a circular fashion. So in the variant 2, actually there are the same features like the circle is here, and the interior portion is segmented into 3 parts, and each part has a pit, and the grave goods are inserted in each pit. So here is one example from Anakara, which is Anakara is like Palakkad. So here you can see a circle is arranged here, and the interior portion of this circle is divided into or segmented into 3 parts, and the stone rubbles were used for this segmentation. And here also in 3 parts also you can see a pit, and inside the pit you can see the urn. And small potteries and other grave goods are deposited inside the urn. So this is the second variant of type 2, that is the circle. And moving to the next class, that is class 2. So these class 2 monuments actually made of stone slabs that are arranged in a square or rectangular plan with capstones. So these monuments, these rectangular or square box-like structures, actually these are found both over and underground. Monuments are generally made of granite slabs. So let's see the typology of class 2. This class, the type 1 of class 2 is generally known as dolmens. So in Malayalam, this monument is known as Muniya or Munimara, that means abode of things. And there is another term that is Kallumesha, that means stone table. So this type 1 category consists of 3 or vertical stone slabs, and these slabs were sealed with a capstone, with a granite capstone. So this is the sketch of the variant 1. In this dolmen also we have observed a lot of variation. Here in the variant 1, we can see just 4 vertical slabs, and the capstone is placed above the vertical slabs. And if you are coming to the variant 2, here multi-chambers, you can see the multi-chamber. So the variation is that here you have the multi-chambers, but in the variant 1, we have only one single chamber. So this is one picture of this variant 2, that multi-chamber dolmen. This is located near Kodamangalam. This site is locally known as Munipara. And the variant 3 of this class 2 category is that you can see a similar structure, this box-like structure, but there is a circle. The stones are arranged around this box-like structure. So this is the variant 3. So such types of dolmens were available from Vadatpara, Poiga area of Kodamangalam. And in this category, in this class 2 category, there is another type, that is type 2, which is in archaeological literature referred as cyst. So this cyst has the same architecture of dolmen, but the distinctive feature is that this cyst is constructed under the ground. Only the capstone part is visible from the surface. So here also there are so many variants, like the type 1 variety. Here also there are 4 slabs, vertical slabs are kept, and over this capstone or ceiling stone is placed over these vertical slabs. And if we are coming to the variant 2, here also we have multi-chambers, and along with that there is an anti-chamber. So this is the feature of this variant 2, because we have this multi-chambers, and along with that there is a anti-chamber. So then the variant 3 is actually the similar structure with a stone circle around this structure. And so another type belong to this class 2 category is that canes. In archaeological literature, you can see the word cane. So this is actually it's a type has a packing of stone rubbles over the cyst. So this architecturally, these are very similar monuments, but there are some variations. So here you can see the sketch. This whole structure is covered with packing of rubbles. So this is actually a photograph, cane from Reserve Forest area of Chalakudi. So here I have put a human scale here. So here you can see, you can understand the length, height of this cane parking, the stone rubbles. So these stone pebbles or this rubbles are actually heaped over the box-like structure, and a capstone is placed over the rubbles. So usually in Tamil Nadu area, we'll get the evidence that the whole structure, means the is actually packed over the capstone. But in Kerala, we have that this kind of ornament like that. We have the capstone actually placed over the rubbles. Then moving to class 3. Class 3 actually underground caves that is cut into solid laterite rock at varying depths. So these are referred in archaeological literature as rock cut burial caves or rock cut chambers, like that. So these caves are fashioned by scooping out the laterite. So the basic structure of the cave is a chamber and an open courtyard provided with steps to enter into the courtyard. So this also, in this category, in this class also, we have observed a lot of variability. So in this type 1, you can see here is the sketch. You can see this, this is actually a sketch of rock cut cave from Chovanur in Thrissur district. So here you can see here there is a chamber, then there is a open courtyard. So the feature of this variant is that this is single chambered and one single courtyard rock cut caves. And so this is the photograph of the cave Chovanur. And here, if you look into the variant 2, here also we have differences in the architecture. You can see a bench and a porthole. Here there is a porthole, and the basic structure is same. Here is a courtyard and there is a chamber. This is usually in hemispherical shape, and you can see bench, 3 benches here. And the significant or the distinctive feature is here is a porthole. So this is the picture of this variant. You can see here is a open courtyard, and there is a chamber. In this chamber on the top there is a porthole. So this is the variant 2 of class 3. Come to variant 3. Here actually the distinctive feature is that there is a pillar. There is a monolithic pillar that is scooped out of this laterite itself. So here basic structure is same. There is an entrance and also there is a chamber, but there is an addition of a pillar. So here is an example of this variety. This is actually a rock cut cave located at Porkalam. So inside the chamber, you can see a pillar like this. And
Dr. Jaseera, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Dr. Jaseera, your voice? Or is it just me, or is she audible to the crowd? If someone could respond. Okay.
No, ma'am, it's not audible.
Okay.
It's not
Thank you.
audible, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
No, ma'am.
Yeah. Dr. Jaseera, your voice has dropped.
Shiva, I think you can call her up.
Yes, I will. Thank you. I've spoken to her and she's going to look into it. Yeah, thank you. Dr. Jaseera will be back right away. I've contacted her. The online mode fails as often and things don't go as planned. Please bear with us.
Is I am audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yeah, please continue. Mr. Jayaprakash Malay, I think your video is switched on. Would you please switch it off?
Shall I start?
Yes, please do.
Yeah, thank you. So this class 4 variety is actually this class is constructed, or this class is made based on the bun-shaped capstone and this arc-shaped clinostat. So these are usually, these type of ornaments usually found in the laterite tracts of Kerala. Particularly from Central Kerala, we have a lot of evidences of this these kinds of monuments. So generally, laterite is the raw material used to erect these kinds of monuments. But there are some exceptions. I think from Kozhikode, there are some exceptions. But generally, we have this laterite as the raw material for constructing these kinds of monuments. So here, this is in this class also there are so many types. So this is the first type. This is, I think this is the most discussed pottery of megalithic bell monuments. This is known as Kudakkallu or umbrella stone. Here you can see 3 clinostat and a capstone, a bun-shaped capstone is placed over this clinostat. So this is the photograph. This site, this monument is actually located in Cheramanangadu, that is located in Thrissur district. And this site is locally known as Kurakkal Parambu, and this site is now protected by Archaeological Survey of India. And the second category of this class 4, only this bun-shaped monuments is visible from the surface. So this is usually in the literature, in the archaeological literature, this is referred as Hatstone or Topical. So here, this is also from the site Cheramanangadu. So if you excavate this monument, if you remove this capstone, you will get a pit, and the grave goods and urns are interred in this pit. So this is the second type of class 4 category. And
Jaseera, can I intervene? Are you presenting now? The presentation?
Yeah. It's not visible?
No, it's not.
Is it visible now?
I'm sorry, it is not.
Okay. So I think I have sent this presentation to your mail.
No, but it hasn't arrived.
1 second.
Have you mailed it yet?
Yeah, I think I have mailed it.
No, but the mail hasn't arrived. Could you check on that so I could share it?
Yeah,
Please
yeah.
do. Have you sent me the mail, Dr. Jaseera? Could you check on that, please? Dr. Jaseera, are you able to? Or I think you can start speaking even if you cannot send the mail. I guess we all panic when things don't work and it gets worse. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm very sorry for that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it
this
has
happens. It
issue.
happens to everyone. It's okay.
Uh, I'm sorry. So this is actually the third type. Actually, in archaeological literature, it is known as Pathikalu അല്ലെങ്കിൽ hood stones. So this is the slides are visible now, or
Yes, it is. Please go on.
yeah, okay, okay. So so this is the photograph. This particular monument is also located in stone or this panel. So that the third type of class 4 category. Then class 5, this is class 5 actually kind of monolithic upright monuments. So here there are two types. One is the so this is a single monolithic and so this is the space of this variant 1, and this is the set of
Dr. Jaseera, we've lost your voice again. I think there's a serious problem with your connectivity. Dr. Jaseera? Dr. Jaseera? Dr. Jaseera, are you there? We cannot hear you.
Ma'am, voice is not clear.
Yes, I've spoken to Dr. Jaseera. Her connectivity has a serious problem, so she's trying to mend it. We will have to wait. These are crises that we face on an everyday basis with online. Thank you all for your patient waiting. Dr. Jaseera just called over the phone. Her connection has gone and she's not able to reinstate it. So unfortunately, we'll have to call it a day. I invite the moderator to take over this session and wind up the session. Ajit.
Okay, ma'am. Unfortunately, we lost the net connection and we could not complete the session. So we don't have other option. So I invite Aparna, PhD scholar, for the vote of thanks. Over to you, Aparna.
Thank you, Ajit. Good evening to all. It is an honor for me to express the gratitude to all in this occasion. We are grateful to Dr. Jaseera CM for expressing views on the topic Iron Age, early historic periods in the history of Kerala. Dr. Jaseera is focused mainly on burial monuments in Ernakulam, Thrissur, and Palakkad. Ma'am also explained on the different types of burials and its variants. On the behalf of the Department of History, Sri Shankaracharya University of Sanskrit, I express my sincere gratitude to you, ma'am, for making this session highly informative and fascinating. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I extend my sincere gratitude to the organizing team and also heartily thankful to all the participants. Thank you, all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aparna. Thank you, Ajit. It's been a loss for us that we couldn't hear Jaseera out in the full. But this happens, I guess. So thank you all for your patient waiting. Let's meet again tomorrow, same time, 6 o'clock, with Dr. Kalpana's presentations on autobiography and writing women's life. Thank you all. Thank you very much.